Hey everybody, how we doing today? It's Derek here with Vanderbuilt O-Gauge Trains, and in this episode it's actually part 2 of that Commodore Vanderbilt restoration. I did the painting on it. Fortunately I didn't videotape, I put it back together. On this episode we're going to show you some painting of the tender for it and the assembly of the tender, and then I'm going to show you the finished product. And I also picked up a couple new things this week. We'll show those to you too. All right, so we're back and we're showing you the part 2 of the Commodore Vanderbilt rebuild. Like I said in the intro, I do this all the time. I start doing stuff and I forget to turn the camera on. So I don't really have the reassembly showing of the actual Vanderbilt. What I'm going to show you in this episode is the tender. So basically, this isn't the exact tender. The real tender had the frame that actually comes down further that your wheels hook in. This has got an articulated trucks on it. The tender that I rebuilt doesn't have that. But it is basically, and it's actually in worse condition than this one. This one's got some rust on here. Yeah, it was in much worse condition than this particular tender, but this is basically the tender that it was for the most part. We're going to show you a short segment of sandblasting. I started out just sandblasting the whole thing, and I realized, oh crap, I got to pull this thing apart. So I pulled it apart, sandblasted everything. We're going to show you some quick videos of me doing the painting on. If you saw my previous video of the paint booth, the mini paint booth that I saw. I was actually painting the tender in that booth, so if you've seen that one, you're going to see me repainting that, or not repainting the tender, but you know what I mean. It's just a repeat of me painting that tender, and then you'll see me putting it together, and then finally you're going to get to see that finished product. I have to admit, I'm really proud of this one. So far it's come out the best. This is the third in my series of the I don't know what you want to call them, tribute trains or whatever. They're trains that all are going to be named after my grandkids. I'm going to keep them here. I'm not actually going to give to them. Maybe once they turn 18, I'll give them to them. And then they'll be a little bit more responsible with them. But they'll be mainly kept here and on the shelves. And so let's get to it. So first up, you're going to see a quick sandblasting. And then after that, like I say, you're going to see me doing some painting. And in the final section of that video will be, I'm just repeating myself now, is the assembly, and then I'll be back and then I'll show you the finished product.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Real good.
me.
All right, so painting's all done. So it's time to put this tender back together. So we have our frame. This is the coal section. And the body. A couple of axles and 4 wheels. Get those wheels polished up nice. So step 1 is to, one of the things that you want to watch for, because it's wider on one side, is make sure that you're putting it in the correct way. It's always a little nerve-wracking because you don't want to, you work so hard at painting it, you don't want to scratch anything up any more than necessary. And this goes this way. Or does it? Yeah, it goes this way. Because your tabs are only going to line up in a certain direction. Okay, so those tabs are lined up. And then it's just a matter of bending them over. And you want to carefully do that because here again, you don't want to scratch up that brand new paint job. Even though it is on the underside. And so with this particular tender, there's 3 on each side and 2 on the end. But there are additional, 2 other additional end holes on the end, which are here and here. Well, these are the ones that the tabs came, but there's 2 more on this end. That's where these 2 tabs from the coal part are. One little thing that I did that I'm going to show you too, just as soon as I get these ones down, that I did with the coal section is, give me just a second. Okay, so that's done. So one of the things I did was, this is where the coal is. I, rather than using a gloss, I used a flat black, and then I took, let me get this real quick. I took a nice super grit sandpaper, and just, while this paint was still wet, I just patted it to give it kind of that rough look that there's actual coal in there instead of just this kind of, see how it's kind of flat in there. And then I decided I like this primer color, so I just kept that primer. I was going to paint it the same color as the tender, but I kind of liked it like that. We'll see how it looks when I actually get it in here. So you have these 2 tabs, which are going to go here and here. These 2 go on the inside. Which I should probably, yeah, well, too late now, but I should probably put this on here from the inside first. That would have fit in there much easier. I'm probably taking this out of camera position multiple times, and you guys are probably getting annoyed with it. Okay, so that part's in. And that's in, and then these last 2 just get bent over forward like that. Okay, so there, our tender's put together. we just got to put our wheels on, which is very simple. You just put your axles in there. And a little bend and push. There's our second axle and wheels. And a little bend and push. All right, so there it is, all together. There's our finished product. And I didn't do the video because I did it late last night, but look at that. Got the engine. My grandson that this one's going to is, we call him TJ. Last name's Baylor, so it's the TJB Railroad. July 3rd of 23 was his birthday. It's gonna be 1. The only thing that I have left to do to this one is I need to get the little red plastic piece that goes in right there. But hopefully you guys are getting all this on the camera. And then I have enough room, but there it is. We'll show a couple quick close-up pictures of it. All right, so you saw it all put together, and that's it. Like I say in the video, this section back here is just simply, I kept that gray primer color. I like that a lot. On the underside, it came out really nice. I polished up those I originally sandblasted them, and then I just went over them, gave them a good cleaning with a wire wheel on my Dremel. I showed you the technique that I used for the coal box or the pile or whatever you want to call that. I think that came out really cool, giving it that rough look. I may eventually down the road put a little Popaville on there, who knows, or I might just keep it like this. One of my future ones, I'm gonna start doing a little bit more experimenting. Let's take a look at some close-ups of this, how it turned out, and then we'll show you with the final product of the engine. All right, and then here's another shot of that engine. TJB Railroad is my grandson's. They call him TJ. B is for his last name, and then the railroad on the front is his birth date, which is, it's terrible that I got to turn around and look at it, 7/3/23. So he's going to be a year old here in about a month. I really liked how this one come out. The only thing that I have to do is I got to get that red insert for the light there. Other than that, I'm really proud of how this one came out. I had a couple of little bumps along the way when I was painting my paint box. I didn't have that actual paint booth that I did the tender with, fell over, so I had to repaint the front end of this. It got all messed up, but like I say, it came out really nice. Next, I'm going to show you some quick pictures of another train that I did for my grandson Parker. This one I kind of cheated a little bit. I actually purchased a pre-painted train at the train show down in Springfield, Illinois. In that video, or in that the video of that show, I showed the train that I painted. But I did take it in, took it all apart, cleaned it up really nice, and then I had to buy handrails for it. Didn't have handrails on it, so through Parts for Marx, I picked up some handrails. They took a while to get here, but I did get them. Put the new handrails on there, and then the nameplates. My daughter prints those nameplates for me, so we called that one the Parker RR Railroad. And there again, put his birth date on the front. All the number plates on the front are going to have the grandkids' birthdays. So this is number 3. The next one is going to be pretty cool because you keep on watching my videos and you'll get to see that next one. So real quickly, here's some pictures of the ones that I did for Parker. All right, so I hope you guys like those ones. The last thing we're going to do here is I picked up a couple things off of Fleabay today, or not today, but last week. They just recently came in, so we'll take a look at them. I'm not sure which one is which here, so we will take a look together. I mean, I know what they are, I just don't know which is which. This one's packed nice and tight. You can probably tell by the size of these boxes that they are, or at least of this box, that it's some type of a, well, you know, it could be a bunch of different stuff, but okay. This one came from Tug Hill Collectibles, and it is a, come on out of this box, guys. Packed pretty good, packed tight. This is a American Flyer, O-gauge, 3207 gondola. Underside of it is what attracted me. This was inspected by number one. It still has that, that patent sticker is in really nice condition on it. It is got some scrapes up on it. My plan with this one, originally I thought about, hey, I'll restore it, but everything besides the fact that it's got the scratching on it, so I think I'm just going to weather this one. If I even do that, I might just leave it with those scrapes on it. It doesn't look terrible. It's not really dented up. You know, I'm looking at this real close, and I think this may have been, yep, this has been repainted. The way that I can tell, you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but when I'm turning the brake wheel, when that pin turns, I can see green paint on that thing. Now, I'm quite sure that these were installed when at the factory after those were taken off. So yeah, that does show me that this has been repainted, and even by looking really close, it almost looks like this was brush painted, because you can see stroke marks in there. I'm looking to see, yep, and there's even, if you look here again, one of these, maybe I'll take a picture so you can see this. You can see very close, there's a tiny little bit of paint up on the little American Flyer sign or badge right there. Yeah, I'll give you a couple close-ups, and there is a little bit of a difference in the, here again, I don't know if this will show up, is in the underside color and also the interior of the gondola color. You know, I wonder why they repainted it. Did it get just that scratched up on the outside? Who knows? You know, this thing is, what, 90 years old, 85 years old, somewhere in that range. Who knows what the history of this thing, how much it was played with. But so that's that one. Like I say, I'm not 100% sure. Will this be a complete teardown, restoration, repaint? I don't know. We'll see. But this would as far as like dents, no problems. No, I mean, zero rust. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see on that one. Set this stuff off to the side, and let's check box number 2. This one's in a bigger box, and this one came from, the seller was, her name was Elizabeth. But I think there was a her eBay name was different. Like I say, the first one was, what did I say it was? Tug Hill Collectibles. Yeah, Tug Hill Collectibles. One of the things that I've noticed where I'm getting my best deals are what I always do when I see an item, I look and see what other kind of stuff they're selling. And I can't remember for this one or this one, but in that case, they only had one in all their stuff, one train item. Sometimes these guys don't know exactly what they have. The cool thing about both of these, the shipping was really cheap. Thank you so much for having reasonable shipping. They had $5. I think it was both of them had $5 shipping. I'm trying to remember for sure. This one was $6.26 shipping. That's I can deal with that. Originally they were asking approximately $20 for this. I threw in a bit of $12. They accepted. The other one, did they give me the receipt so I can remember how much I actually paid for it? I know it had $5 shipping. I think I offered $8. Yeah, because this one cost me around $13. So maybe it was $6, $7, or $8 that I offered on that one. And they accepted. Here again, it was a collector who had a lot of other stuff. You could tell it wasn't a train guy. Sometimes the guys who are hardcore train guys, wow, look at all the paper. Look at all the paper, even more paper. Some guys who are hardcore train guys, they are really tight on their prices. Sometimes these people that are collectors, they get the stuff maybe through an estate sale or a house cleanup that they don't have a lot of money into it, so if you don't offer a lot for it, you know, you're not paying. So this one is, I'm trying to remember the number on this one. All right, guys, help me out. If I can remember it, I'll post it up in one of these corners here. If not, help me out. This one's in original condition. It's rough. The tanker body on it is in really rough shape, but it has everything, and that's what I like. And it doesn't have, at least from what I saw with the pictures, it's very dirty, but it does not have any real rust on it. The only thing that I can see that's rusty is on the bottom. There's a couple of scratches that have a little rust in them, but other than that, I mean, this thing's going to clean up really nice. Here again, what do you think, guys? Do I repaint the tank on this, or do I leave it like that? I mean, I kind of like some of these, keeping some of my trains looking rough looking. Lately, I've been picking up a lot of different American Flyer O-gauge stuff. I go in waves. Sometimes I get a bunch of Marx. It's been a while since I've gotten any Lionel. I'm going to have to start getting back to that. But I do like this one. It's got the ladders on both sides. The dome is in really good condition. It has all the name badges on it. All the handrails. Everything's connected. It's all in good condition as far as everything being there. The bones are fantastic on it. The underside looks really nice. It's just really, that tanker is just really scraped up and scratched up. I'll clean it up the best I can, and then I'll make a decision on what I'm going to do with it from there. But as it sits right now, I do like it, and I like it a lot. All right, guys, so that about wraps it up for this time around. Coming up on in my next video, I'm doing something fun. I don't know if you'd call it bash build or what, but I want to make a Commodore Vanderbilt that smokes, and I think I figured out how to do it. So watch me with the next video, and I'll take you through it on how I'm doing it. And I'm really hoping that it works. I don't think it's going to be as hard as I think it is. In one of my previous videos, when I showed you the two candidates that I'm going to use to do it, the guy sold it to me. He says, I don't think you can do that. It's going to be tough. And so I'm going to tackle it, and we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody. Thanks for viewing. As well, as always, if you can see my sign back here, like, subscribe, share my videos. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I really appreciate the support that everybody's given me. Throw your comments and your questions at me, as always. I love getting those too. All right, and I got to get this mess cleaned up. All right, guys, as always, choo-choo!
Thank you for watching my Papa's videos.